Earth apologist, Slop plus. Take 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, geezers, big... I felt like experimenting. I do see it like a rock band. Every day we do these. I put on a one-man show. And by one man, I mean that literally. I've got maybe 2 or 3 viewers at this point. Oh, where did it all go so wrong, dear viewer? In today's Breaking Truths, Johnny Greenwood and Israeli musician Dudu Tassa, it really does write itself at this point, condemns silencing after UK concerts pulled. So we've got another case of a whingy little arsehole making headlines complaining about being silenced. The irony is not lost on me, dear viewer. Usually you get this with these right-wing, wank-battling little whingy hemorrhoids. You know the kind. They're silencing me. Someone stop them. The Marxist reptile Jeff Bezos. And of course, they don't have enough self-awareness to realise... Evidently, they're doing a pretty shit job of it, because I can still hear you, sweetheart. Believe me, I wish a dark cabal of Jewish financiers were silencing you. Unfortunately, they're not. Evidently, because I can hear you whinging from a continent away. But it's unfortunate to see, someone from Johnny and the Greenwoods. that would be a really good band name. Someone from Tommy and the Radioheads debasing themselves, whinging and whining about being silenced, failing to realise that, no one has to give their venue to you. No one has to let you perform at their venue. They are private corporations and they can do as they please. And if they don't like Johnny Greenwood or Tommy Yorkwood or whoever being a little bit bloodthirsty Zionist, then they have every right to say, listen, geezer, I love Creep. I love No Surprises. I love the Bends. Oh, I love the Bends, Johnny. You don't understand. But I would not be comfortable with you performing some mediocre, middling solo material at my venue, and I hope you understand. And him, like many whingy little victim musicians like him, like other bloodthirsty Zionists, is playing the victim card. Oh, they're silencing me. They're silencing me because I'm married an Israeli, which is probably the narrative he's going with. Forget about all the apologia for the state of Israel him and his bandmates have done. And don't get me started on Tom York having a temper tantrum on stage because someone shouted Free Palestine or whatever the fuck. You're being really mean. I'm done. I'm not performing anymore. Oh, no, please do look that up. That was insane. He was doing some, again, mediocre solo material, and someone in the audience yelled something vaguely pro-Palestine or anti-Israel, and he had a full fat fucking conniption over it. And excuse the noise. My fiance's cat is currently fucking a blanket in front of me, and he's following me around with it. Honestly, I had the good life, and look at me now. I'm having to roommate with a little deviant animal. Honestly, little pervert. I've completely lost my train of thought. I'm going downstairs now. I'm in Earth Apologist Manor, living the bachelor lifestyle once again, because I'm not sure if I gave you an update, dear viewer. My girlfriend was deported. She was deported back to Germany. She's returned to the fatherland. You'll be happy to know she has been very concerned about the amount of Arabs she's come into contact with. So, that's interesting, isn't it? I'm sure she'd get on great with Johnny Greenwood. Oh, you laugh or you cry. It's good to know the European's still in her, though, isn't it? She spent a long time in America, and now she's returned to what makes Europe great. The mainland great. What was I saying? Yeah, Johnny Greenwood. I probably won't upload this, to be honest. This has been just an absolute mess, even for my standards. It's a jam session, yeah? Keeping it with the music analogy. This is more of a jam session, right? Some of these videos, they're very clean, they're very clinical, they're very, hit, beat. They're like studio tracks. This is more of a jam session with words, yeah? Because I am a little bit of a visionary. I am a little bit of a genius who currently lives with a castrated little furry animal that, for whatever reason, still has a sex drive and he's fucking a blanket in front of me. Honestly, it makes me uncomfortable because he follows me round as he does it. It's like he needs an audience. He's a bit like me in that regard. He needs an audience for his fucking deviancy. Don't do the little baby noise at me. Honestly. You need Jesus. No, sorry, completely lost my train of thought. Johnny Greenwood and this Mr. Doo-Doo fella, he's been, honestly, you can't make it up. They've been whining about being silenced. Of course, they haven't been silenced because they are making headlines in mainstream outlets where essentially they're whining about how they aren't, they aren't given a platform. Really? You've got headlines in Sky News and The Guardian. I think you're all right, mate. You're a multi-millionaire whose job in life is to fly around the world and play songs, essentially the one song that made anyone know who you are. I think you've got a pretty cushy deal, frankly, certainly compared to the fucking Palestinians. So, it's the victim complex that plagues many aging rock stars. There's a certain entitlement that comes with it, and I mean, let's face it, dear viewer, you ask 100,000 random people, employed above ground. Yeah, I'm not talking like the underground mole dwelling creatures, most of which are Radiohead's core demographic. You ask normal people, normal warm-blooded people, what's your favourite Radiohead song? They'll either reply, what's Radiohead, or they'll reply, creep, right? They're no Coldplay, are they? Let's be honest. Radiohead, they had a few good songs. I like In Rainbows. As I mentioned, The Bends, probably the best thing they ever did, album-wise. But they've had no footprint. Your grandmother doesn't know any Radiohead. Your niece doesn't know any Radiohead. They're sort of, they're for wankers. And fair enough, Coldplay are for people who iron their denim jeans, but no, they had songs everyone knows. Yeah, like the Beatles, like Queen, they had songs that everyone knows. And that's a sort of universalness which should be present in music. You know what I mean? People that like Radiohead, chances are they like other bands that, you think about them. They're not bands to be felt, they're bands to be thought over. I call it beard twiddling music, yeah? Oh, yes, listen to 15 Step, the succinct use of polyrhythms. No, I want a song that makes you want to tap your feet and dance and sing and feel good about life. And Radiohead have never done that. They've never done that. Coldplay has. Yeah, I'm just saying. Coldplay has. So God bless Chris Martin and his Coldplays. I'm pretty sure they're not bloodthirsty Zionists, so that's good. That's good. Comment below, what is Chris Martin's stance on the state of Israel? Does he believe Israel has the right to defend itself? Do comment below. This was meant to be the opening story. How did I get on this? But no, people who like Radiohead, again, mole people, they come out when it's dark, like the Quizzy fucking Modo. They're probably also fans of bands like Black Country, New Midi. These wank battling. It's music for wank battlers. No one actually likes Black Country, New Road. No one sincerely thinks they're a good band. They just love to wank over how technically accomplished their music is. And that's not music. That's a soulless imitation of music. It's no different to AI. Awful bands. But yeah, Radiohead, you know, they're Zionist impartial. You know what I mean? They quite like Israel as a concept. They like what Israel's been up to. They're probably going to be shaking hands with Netanyahu any day now, doing a Elvis with Nixon style photo shoot. That'll be good. I'd enjoy that. In other truths, I have no idea where that came from. In other truths, Mummy Max returns. Yeah. I covered him a few times on the previous channel. He rubs me the wrong way. He does this sort of Dark Knight, I am the vengeance, I am revenge type fake voice. Like, anyone who puts on like a fake voice should be treated with suspicion. Apart from me, obviously. Honestly, the second I stop doing these videos, I go back to speaking like this. But everyone else is, you know, weird. Why does he do that voice? And if you hear that voice and think, yeah, oh, he's a renegade, he's a crusader for children everywhere. No, he's not. And he was outed as being a fraudster. He hasn't helped any children. Wouldn't surprise me if he himself was a paedophile. You know, and he rubs me the wrong way, like physically. In terms of his physog, he rubs me the wrong way. He's got little baby bird eyes, and he looks like a baby grown up. And before any smart arse in the comments says that's every adult on planet Earth, no. You know what I'm talking about. There is a distinction. He looks like a baby made grown up, and it's really unsettling. Like, why doesn't he look like an adult man or woman? I'm a liberal. Live how you please, sweetheart. But why doesn't he look like an adult? He looks like he's got little baby bird eyes, and it's really bizarre. Also, he calls himself Mummy, which, again, should be treated with suspicion. What is he hiding? Check his hard drive. In other no one watches these. I can say whatever I want. Do you want me to crack open the N-word? RFK Jr. encourages Americans to do their own research about dragons. They are awesome, says Trump's health secretary. What do you think about that? Do comment below. I'm dragon ambivalent. I think, they're all right. What's your favourite mythical type, cryptid type creature? Yeah, please do not mention goblins. Goblins are real. They are dangerous. Please do not bring up goblins. In other truths, oh God, do we have to? Right, trigger warning. Ethan Klein's face will be present. Let's get it over with.
The Arabs created 1 million Zionists because they're anti-Semitic. 900,000 Jews, approximately.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I can't do it anymore. The king of bloodthirsty Zionism has some very colourful quotes in his heated debate with Hassan. You know Hassan, he's the fellow with the chair. Sometimes he films himself in that chair. More often than not, he films the chair going solo. It has a solo career, and it's in the corner of someone else's video. He's seizing the means of other people's productions. It's great, isn't it? Honestly, I think someone once called him a Mercedes Marxist, and I think that's accurate. But out of the two of these knuckleheads, Hassan definitely comes out looking better, more ideologically coherent. Ethan Klein referred to those fucking Arabs in this video, which I'm not gonna torture you. I'm not gonna violate the Geneva Convention by playing the whole 1 minute 12 seconds of it. But, you can see in the video, he does that weird thing with his eyes that makes him look like a snail. Really unsettling little crustacean of an individual. And what a waste of humanity. In other truths, these one's silly. This one's a little bit silly, but I thought I'd put it in there. At TwitchCon, where the miners at? Cocky want boing boing. And this is, of course, Mr. Disrespect, the disgraced streamer. He's made a bit of a comeback in the past half year, I'd say. And he was found out to, be lying about his doctorate. He is not a doctor. He has no diploma. He has no plaque on the wall. He doesn't even have one of those fancy white lab coats. He's not a doctor. He has no PhD. He has no doctorate. He is Mr. Disrespect. And I believe there was some other smaller, more minor situations he found himself in, but he was disgraced, very much like Milli Vanilli before him. He was outed as a little bit of a charlatan, but unlike Milli and Vanilli, he didn't have the decency to kill himself afterwards. In other truths, oh god, this is really sad. I'm going to stop being quirky now. Sir David Frederick Attenborough died peacefully at his home, surrounded by loved ones, at age 98. Now, this man has changed the fabric of this country. I mean, he's not just a national treasure, although that's true as well. He's an international treasure. He's an icon. And to hear the man... I should say this out of the start gate. I was unharmed in the family dinner of Sir David Attenborough. I wasn't there, I wasn't present, I had no involvement in the dining of the Attenboroughs. But, my condolences, my warmest feelings go towards his family in this hour, this bleak moment. And I hope David had a lovely meal. In other truths, Saberspark. Oh god, this really should be the headline. It probably will be. What will get me the most hashtag views for this hashtag slop, hashtag shit. Oh no, really, why do I bother? He was outed baselessly, I think, although maybe actual credible evidence has come forward since the initial claim that he raped a woman. He's a presumed rapist, Saberspark. Frankly, it wouldn't surprise me. Any grown man that dedicates that amount of time to talking at length about children's cartoons, once again, should be treated with suspicion. Don't you have a hobby? Don't get me started, dear viewer. That fucks me off. The tables have turned. They've really turned. Back in, even the 2000s, comic books and superhero films, they were seen as sort of dorky. They were seen as lame and you got picked on for them. Now, it's really cool. It's really cool to like men in tights and capes saving the day with laser beams. And meanwhile, if you like music, if you like poetry, if you like art, if you're into these things, you get called a pansy. You get called some sort of flower child. And I'm quite resentful of that because, my hobbies are highbrow. My hobbies are enlightened. Yours are consumerist slop. And I'm annoyed that I'm the one that gets looked at weirdly, for knowing who Gustav Klimt is. No, ask any of my previous female suitresses and they will tell you I know where the Klimt is. But I really am giving up. He was accused of rape. I don't believe it's been substantiated. It really is just a random bozo, an anonymous turd with a TwitLonger document or an Xlonger document. Do not go to xlonger.com. I do not know what waits for you there. But, someone released a press statement on it, calling him a rapist. Again, it wouldn't surprise me. Any man with any level of influence and power, chances are he's raped at least someone. You've just got to cross your fingers and hope he's not a child rapist. But power, it makes men do very, very strange things. And I can tell you now, dear viewer, if I had a fraction of that sort of audience, I'd be waging war on some fourth world nation with a army of, cocaine-addled children soldiers. Honestly, I'd be bringing back the British Empire by myself if necessary, if I had that sort of influence. But no, he's been accused of something far more boring and mundane. He's been accused of raping someone, I believe a fan of his, which is often the way, innit? You know, you get to a certain plateau in your career where you could essentially have any woman given to you on a golden plate just by the flick of a wrist. Eventually that, you know, that rush wears off, so they need to get, you know, it's like heroin, really, innit? You build a tolerance for that kind of lifestyle, and it has to get more and more depraved. You see it with, you know, gooners, right? It can never just stay vanilla. It's got to become more and more depraved. And that's also why so many in Hollywood are paedophiles. I don't think most of them have like a massive attraction to kids. I think they're just bored. They're just bored and they want to see what they can get away with. And most of them can. So I don't know where I'm going with this. This really has been a jam session of a video. No real structure to it. I don't like this one very much. In other truths, do you want me to cover the Jesus video again? Should we do a slop throwback? Yeah, this is a throwback to last week's video. Oh, dear viewer, do you remember the good old days? We were so young. We were so in love. What happened to us? Now all we do is fight. And you don't watch all my hashtag content anymore, honestly. I used to rule the world. Seas would rise when I gave the word. And now I sleep alone. Sweep the streets I used to own. I think that's everything, to be honest with you. I do apologise for this one. This one's been a little bit shit, but I have done over 20 minutes. And you had my fiance's cat fucking a blanket. You had some rant about Black Midi Country, New Road or whatever. And, you know, this one was all right. You know, it probably won't make the album, but you can't win them all, can you, dear viewer? I love you. God bless yourself. And as usual, I am sorry you had to hear it from me. I really am. No, legitimately. I know I say it a lot, but I am so fucking sorry.